Hey, what's up guys? Today I'm going to be reviewing ZCode System's line reversals tool. This is actually a free tool they offer. If you Google it, it should come right up. I think it might even be linereversals.com. This is one of the few free tools they offer, and they have a paid program that you pay monthly for, which I highly recommend. And if you would want to sign up, I have a link in my description below the video. I believe they have a 7-day trial, so you can try it for a week, with no commitment really, and cancel if you don't like it. That's where they offer all kinds of stuff, and I will review a lot of their stuff here soon. So go ahead and subscribe to my channel if you're interested. But today we're just going to go through this free line reversal tool, which can be pretty helpful. It's not a sure thing. Nothing in sports gambling really is a sure thing. And yeah, so I didn't really plan this video out. Hopefully I don't ramble too much. Just try to bear with me and we'll go through this. So they cover all sports. They do the line reversals for mostly all sports, but today's July 21st and it's the middle of summer here in America. The main sport we're betting on is baseball. So we're going to check that out. It's 3:45 on the West Coast, which means these two games already happened today. And the first of the 4 o'clock games, or 7 o'clock if you're East Coast, is the Marlins and Phillies. So we'll check that one out first. So what you'll be looking at here is this graph. You'll see the favorite is always, oh no, the home team is always in blue, and the road team will always be red. In this case, Miami is the road team and the underdog. They could be the road team and be the favorite as well, and they would, but they'd still be red. Okay, so this graph, what you're looking at is there's percentage bet on this side, and then there's the money line odds for the game. Percentage bet on means this is where the public money is. So for this particular game, for Philadelphia Phillies, 45% of the public money is on the Phillies, which means obviously if you look at the Marlins, 55% of the public money is going to be on the Marlins, which tells us a little bit more of the public money is on the Marlins than there is backing the Phillies. So technically the Phillies would be the Vegas bet. If you wanted to side with Vegas, you'd be with the Philadelphia Phillies because there's only 45% of the public money. So what we're looking at here, this is the way the line is moving. So I guess you could say it opened at minus 107. That would be the odds for when you bet on money line for Philadelphia Phillies. As you can see, it jumps around and it moves. And supposedly what causes this is where the money is coming in from the public. And when you see what they call a sharp line movement, which I believe this is pretty close to one, I think they say over 10 points. If it moves over 10 points in one jump, it's a pretty sharp movement. And what they mean by that is the sharp bettors, supposedly in Vegas and anywhere around the world, who have big money and they're supposedly professionals, they literally move these lines with their bets alone. So let's say a sharp guy came in here late here around 3:30 p.m. and they put a huge bet or maybe a sizable bet on Philadelphia Phillies, that automatically makes the line jump. And you see what happens there? It was at about minus 110, and then all of a sudden the bookies decide, bam, we're going to shoot it up to minus 121 because that money's coming in, and therefore they think that maybe Philly has a good chance to win because of all that money. So they're trying to get more people onto the underdog. They want the public. See, it looks the opposite. When you click over to Miami, it looks like the opposite. It goes down because you're getting plus. Now you're going to get plus more. It was almost about even, minus 101. Let's just call that even. Bam, this line reversal happened, and boom. Now you're getting plus 113 if you bet on Miami. So they're trying to lure some money. Vegas's goal is to balance it and always have balanced even money on both sides, so that they can just take the juice, the extra they're going to win on everything. I guess that's for a different discussion, but okay, it seems confusing, but it's really not. Let's look at the next one so you guys can just try to see. Brewers and Pirates, okay? So we have some good line movement here. Look at the public money. This is the Pirates side. There's 90% of the public money is on the Pirates, and you go to the underdog, the Milwaukee Brewers. There's only 10% of the public money is on the Brewers. So by this alone, there's people who have a strategy where they will say just bet against the public because they believe the public is wrong and Vegas always wins, or not always, but usually will. So in this case, this is the Vegas bet. The Milwaukee Brewers are obviously the Vegas bet because only 10% of the money is with them. Look at the public. The public is hard on the Pittsburgh Pirates, 90%. But it's interesting. So what we see here is a pretty sharp line movement. It went from minus 182 all the way to 166, which is damn near 20 points. So what this says is that's a line. You see this arrow right here? It's going to tell you right here at 4:25 p.m. a sharp line move detected against Pittsburgh, because right now we're looking at the Pittsburgh side, and this line dropped in the other way, in the opposite way of where the money is. So that's a huge sharp line against Pittsburgh. And if you look at on the flip side at the Brewers, you'll see it looks in favor of the Brewers. It's the same thing, it's just inverted. You see what I mean? It's inverted. So on this side, it's just straight up. It's in favor of Milwaukee because it's going up in odds for Milwaukee. Okay, so here what happens is it goes back down a little, but then it shoots right back up. I don't really know how to read that. All I know is I've heard that you want to look at these lines closer to the game start of the game. Like right now we're at 3:50 p.m. and it starts at when? Yeah, it starts at 4:05. So we have about 15 minutes till game time. And what we notice is relatively close. There was a huge sharp line movement in favor of Milwaukee Brewers. It kind of went back down a little. It tried to adjust. Like that's what you'll see. If the public money is only here, the Vegas will try to kind of adjust it, and you might see it come back down. But it actually shot back again, which it still looks pretty strong in favor of Milwaukee. Now, would I bet on the Brewers just because of this? Maybe not. You know, maybe not. Like I said, it's not some sure thing. It's not a crystal ball. It just kind of gives you an idea what's going on and where the sharp money is and where people are placing bets. And in this case, it appears that yeah, there has been some sharp money, or smart money as they might call it, on the Brewers. So maybe what I'll do after this video is I'll check later and we'll see how these went. We'll see how these games went and I'll post it in the comments. I mean, it's just one day. I mean, who knows? It's not a crystal ball. Okay, the next game is Twins versus the Red Sox. Let's see what we have here. Okay, so there's like, it's like similar to the last game. There's only 10% of the money on the Twins, which is probably pretty, you know, obvious. Boston's doing really good lately. 90% of the public money is on Boston. So what you see here is a smart symbol, smart money. What it's going to tell you here is going to say the smart money is coming on Minnesota at 10:50 p.m., which means I think last night, which is super early. So I wouldn't read too much into that. The only thing is, I told you, they'll try to adjust it over time back up to where the public money is, and it'll match the line. But here it's not really happening. It's kind of staying down there. So this is a line movement against Boston. See, it's saying the smart money is coming on Minnesota. And it's just inverted here. See, it shot up in favor of Minnesota, which is pretty early, but it stayed there. It kind of stayed there, and it's been going up. This is curious, though. There is kind of a sharp movement down against at the very end, closer to the start of the game. You'll see it here. Sharp line move detected against Minnesota. Bam, right here near the start of the game. So that's a little strange. I probably wouldn't take this one too seriously. The other one, the Milwaukee one, looked a little better as far as just the way the line looks in favor of Milwaukee. See, it shot up. It tried to go adjust down a little bit, but it shot back again. It's still holding tight. So right now, if you made me pick between Milwaukee and the Twins, I would probably take Milwaukee just based on this, even though, you know, you need to factor more into your decisions than just this tool. Okay, Padres and Cardinals. This one starts at 4:15. Only 10%. These are really lopsided games. You can see the last three we've looked at, only 10% of the public is on the weaker team. 10% is on the Padres money line, and we got the favorite 90%, obviously, on the St. Louis Cardinals. So what we see here is another it's another similar thing where it's going straight down against the Cardinals. Even though it's early, kind of midday here, but it was a nice sharp movement, bam, straight down, and it's kind of been holding itself there. And they're even giving us a smart money symbol saying the smart money is coming on San Diego. I have some money today on the Cardinals, so I don't like that. I already have like a good sizable bet on the Cardinals, so but this is kind of worrisome because yeah, this shot down and it's staying down there while the public money is at 90%. The line moved and stayed way down here, so you kind of just see how visually you'll kind of get to notice how that looks. You know, like here's the money and it's shot up in favor of San Diego because the money is so low, yet the line is moving way up here like this. I don't know if I'm doing a great job explaining it. It's tricky to put into words. Okay, this game starts a little later, but we can look at this. Okay, this isn't as lopsided. There's 30% of the money on the Detroit Tigers, while there's going to be 70% on the White Sox. See, this is kind of tricky. See, right here they're telling us the smart money's coming on the White Sox because on the Tigers. You see, it says the smart money's coming on Detroit. But this isn't necessarily a big line movement. I mean, look, it went from what, around 130 only down to like 125-ish, that's not a huge move. Like I said before, you want to see a line movement that's like at least 10 points or more on the odds. So I wouldn't get too excited about this, even though it did keep dipping. But you see how it kind of adjusted back? I don't think this is really sharp movement. I think this is just Vegas trying to adjust it back closer to where the public money is. So I wouldn't read too much. I've heard some guy inside ZCode Systems member area say that when you see a smart money movement more in the middle of the day, a lot of times it might even go the opposite way, or basically just don't take too much into it. But if you see huge line movements or smart money movements closer to the start of the game, that's when I think you're supposed to pay more attention to it. And now we're getting into the later games. These are what, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock games almost. Okay, so this is what I'm talking about. You see how this is a huge dip down, and they're giving you a smart money symbol against Colorado. So the Rockies are playing the Braves. About 65% are on the Rockies, while about 35% is on Atlanta. But look what happened here late. This is pretty late, almost to the start of the game, even though we have an hour or so to go, a couple hours even. But look, it's straight up, and this is like, okay, it's almost straight up. It's two separate lines, 1, 2, but it really shot straight up. Let's just call it, what is this, 163? It went from 163 up to like 140. You know, so it's almost a 20-point shot. That's definitely some sharp action going on there, because the public money's here. The line has been hovering down around here. It started at 150, and then bam, it shot straight up in favor of Atlanta. That's what you'll see it say here. Sharp line at 4:55 p.m. Move detected in favor of Atlanta. So if you wanted to read into that and you had to place a bet right now based just on this, it would be smart to take Atlanta, because you're going with the sharp money movement. You're going with Vegas side, 35%, while the public thinks the Rockies are going to win. The public had 65% money on the Rockies, while we had this sharp line go against them with the smart money symbol, which I don't know if it really matters if there's a smart money symbol or not, but it kind of just helps you to visualize, like, okay, the tool is telling you, yeah, not only is there a sharp line movement, but you're getting a little smart money symbol as well. The last game, Tampa Bay Rays and A's, kind of similar to that last one. These didn't happen necessarily close to the game. This game doesn't start till 7 p.m., which is 3 hours from now. So a lot could still happen here. Like, you know, as this graph moves in the next 3 hours, you could see this shoot straight up or something crazy like that. Like I said before, you want to look at the very end, like at the very last 5 or 10 minutes, and see what happens, because like I've seen games where a sharp line movement will happen with like literally 2 or 3 minutes before the game, and bam, straight up it went or something. And sure enough, that underdog team won. You know, it's crazy how these so-called sharp, smart bettors, wherever they are, Vegas, you know, big shots, like they really do know what they're doing, and they single-handedly move these lines. So I don't know if I did a great job explaining it. I feel like I just rambled on, but this is the tool. If you guys have questions, you can leave comments. I can try to help and answer it. There's probably some stuff I wanted to cover that I didn't really think of, but I mean, that's the overall you know, way it works. Just look for these late line reversals, you know, against or with your team. I don't know, that doesn't even make sense, but you just gotta visualize it. You see, look, you see where the money is on the Milwaukee Brewers, 10%, and then bam, this is in favor. The green arrow moving up, so that means that was a huge line reversal in favor of the Brewers. If you look at the Pirates versus the Brewers, it's against them, because all the money's on Pittsburgh, and the line shot straight down like that. That means it's a line reversal against Pittsburgh in favor of the Milwaukee Brewers. So yeah, I guess I'll end it there. Hopefully I helped you guys. Hopefully you can get something from this tool. But like I said, it's not a crystal ball. Don't just see this and say, oh cool, I'm taking the Brewers, they're going to win anytime I see this. No, not necessarily. It's good to factor in other things. And like I said, I'll review some more of ZCode stuff. They even have a couple other free tools I can show you also. But if you want to try the paid version, go ahead, click the link in the description, and give it a try, a 7-day trial. I will do more reviews, so go ahead and subscribe if you're interested in it. Go ahead and like this video if you liked it. It's free, doesn't cost anything to click it real quick. And yeah, I mean, maybe paper bet this. Check out this tool. You can just, you know, you don't have to bet. Just kind of go through it every day and see how these went. And like I said, I'll try to go back and put some comments later on how these games ended up, because it'll be interesting to see. Because obviously, like I said, this one looks like it's in favor of the Brewers. Which other one did we see? Twins kind of, nah, Twins wasn't that good. Padres, yeah, I think the Padres had pretty decent line movement going on, which I hope they, like I said, I have Carlos, so I hope the Padres don't win. This one was not really. Okay, this one was good for the Braves. Yeah, see, it had a nice sharp movement, so the Braves could possibly win, upset Colorado. And this one, yeah, Oakland, I guess. Oh yeah, Tampa Bay is underdog. Tampa Bay could, I guess, upset A's, so we'll see. But yeah, that's it. All right, have a good day.